Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, March 30th, 2021. I wanted to make this quick video because I had an issue with my Massey Ferguson GC1705, and I found one video that talks about this issue, but he really didn't show in great detail how exactly to fix it. He didn't even show close-ups of what the issue was. He just simply said, yep, there it is, and went fixing it. So unfortunately, for somebody like me that needs to actually see what you're talking about, I decided to make this video. All right, without further ado, my issue is, let me get this set up here where I can talk and show you what I'm talking about here at the same time. All right? I don't want to be that guy that just talks about it and doesn't show you. All right. There we go. So, the issue is the front end loader control. As you can see, this thing has a lot of play in it. What happened was the up and down, got a little bit of play in it, but it's okay. It'll go up and down. But dumping in and out, completely disconnected. This happened yesterday. Thankfully enough, I'd already got most of my work done for the same malfunction. So the gentleman stated that the linkage come unhooked for him, which is what I suspect is wrong with mine. But once again, I'm not all about telling you, I want to show you. All right, so pop this hood here and let's see what we can see. All right, hopefully you can see my head instead of just right here. So the linkage is right down in here. Let me see if I can get some light down in here. All right. So you really can't see. Can't see anything. And even with me moving this around, you really can't see. And you see the arm moving back and forth. That's the arm that connects to the linkage. And what I'll end up having to do is I'll end up taking this boot off, taking these screws. There's two screws here, two screws on the front here, and I believe two more screws over here. This whole cover comes off and exposes what we need to get our hands on. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bore you with actually sitting here and watch me take these screws off, because it is time consuming. So I'm going to stop this video. We'll splice it all together and make it all nice and pretty. But I'll show you step by step as the process goes on. All right, let me get this cover off and see what happens. Okay, now that we have 2, 4, 6 screws and the boot off of here, we'll be able to get access to this. And just for everybody's informational purposes, if they've never seen this before, this little gadget right here is a lifesaver. trying to get a screwdriver, a straight screwdriver into that tight spot would have been an impossibility, even for a snub nose screwdriver. Trying to get your hand in there, just ridiculously tight. So for $30, grab one of these. It is a 90-degree angle nut driver made by DeWalt. Milwaukee makes one, but you don't want to pay that price for Milwaukee. Milwaukee is like $50. You can get this for $30 and it does just as good a job. All right, so just want to tell everybody about that now, so that I don't waste a lot of y'all's time boring y'all with useless information. Let's see if I can get this thing set up where I can let's see here. Is that gonna work? That just might work. All right, I just want to be able to get you angle here where you can actually see me take this cover off, because I mean there's still a few pieces that look like it might pose problems. So definitely want to make sure that you take the knob off. It will, the boot won't come off, and without taking the boot off, might have to glue that back on. Let's see. All right, so let's see. Take this boot off here. Bam, easy peasy. Now. See if I'm gonna have to, yep. Of course I gotta take that off. That's not an overly difficult item to deal with. Let me get my handle down the socket set here. And what I'm taking off is the control arm for the I can't remember what it's called. I never use it, by the way. So when you don't use something, you usually don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, chances are it's of no use to you. So and for those of you that have Massey Ferguson GC1705, this is the lever that I'm referring to. Is right below the steering wheel, and you'll see it. It's got a little knob on it, on the end of it, and this is in the way of taking this cover off, so it does have to come off. All right, I'm gonna go around the other side, make sure there's nothing else in the way. All right, so this just simply comes off like that and slides off the control arm. Just like so. So that's the piece you're trying to get off, all right? Set that aside. And now you should be able to see a little bit better on what we're looking at here. All right, so what came off is, let me get down here. There's in fact, I still have the nut right here, thankfully enough. No, never want to be that one saying no. But you know what? Guess what I've got? I have a handy dandy magnet for when you accidentally have the no moment. So what I gotta do is I gotta fish down in there and get this screw here. All right, so that. Need my handy dandy flashlight so I can see where I'm at. Of course, drop down there. Yep. And there she be. Voila. Gotta love these little tools. When you've lost enough nuts and bolts and experienced enough tight spaces over the years, you start collecting tools. All right, so the linkage that I am referring to, see that little screw right there? Let me see if I can get in there. That screw goes in that hole, and that is all that takes to put this back together. So the reason why I'm making this video is so that the next person that sees this is able to fix this instead of paying $90+ for a Massey Ferguson technician to come out, do exactly what I showed you, take 6 screws off and say, yep, that's your problem, and fix it for another $40. Because it's $90 to come out and $40 an hour, or vice versa. All right, let me put this screw back in there, put the nuts back on, and I'll show you the end result. All right. Okay. Zoom in and show you what I got done here. All right. That nut right there, that's the linkage that was disconnected. All right, so I went a step further, so hopefully this doesn't happen again. These nuts are supposed to lock themselves together so as to not come loose. I went one step further. I put a locking washer in between those nuts, so hopefully that'll reinforce the nuts not coming apart again. All right. And that should do it. Once again. So, okay. So that just locks that in place. That's what that's what that lever's for. It locks this to keep this from moving. All right, now I know. But that's my useless information for the day. All right, so for those of you that want to save some money, this is the way to go. Don't go paying a bunch of money for something that could take you a half hour to do yourself. All right? And I won't bore you with putting everything back together, because as long as you don't lose the screws and forget how to put this one piece on, 6 screws for the cover and the boot, and of course this, I may or may not have to put glue on there, or it may screw back in. I have no idea, but we're going to find out. Either way, if you're slightly mechanically inclined, you can figure it out. And that is my video for fixing a front end lower control lever with a disconnected linkage. All right, I hope this video helps. Y'all take care, be safe. Make sure you're operating these machines in a safe manner, and whatever you do, make sure you're working on it in a safe manner too. These things can kill you just sitting here if you don't know what you're doing. I know for a fact that I've had one person that I knew that died because he forgot to put the emergency brake on, and his tractor rolled down the hill and ran him over. So always be safe. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day.